Is this like it? What is this? Because it's only 2 of us. He worked in tech his whole life. The game ain't free, y'all. I'm giving it to y'all for free.
On lock, forever from the bottom, but we still on top. You my top pick, ducking off on a regular like we not lit. Beamer, Bentley, Mercedes, we on some hot shit.
My little YouTube setup back here got me feeling official. I got my ring light in the back. I got this little clicker, you know, so I don't even have to touch the screen. Period. Hey guys, welcome back to the official Aaliyah Michelle channel, YouTube channel. Something like that. I haven't been on here in a little bit. It's been like, let's see, when was the last time I recorded my last video? Actually, I just posted something a couple weeks ago, which y'all should watch if you haven't watched it. Even if you're not tall, I know you got a tall friend, put her on. What's up guys, welcome back to the official Aaliyah Michelle channel. We lit, and I'm about to put y'all on part 2. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe because we are taking off 2022. Y'all might want to be y'all might want to be here. I'm gonna be putting y'all on all year because the game ain't free, y'all. The game is not usually free. I'm giving it to y'all for free. If I were you, I would subscribe. But in all actuality, I just love making videos. I love talking to people. This is what I like to do. And if y'all want to be a part of it this year, subscribe. Just wait. So I've been wanting to make this video for a while now. I got a new job a couple months ago. All I've been doing is working, but I love it. For last year, I would have never thought I would be working here. When the opportunity presented itself, I took it and it's lit. Like, I love it. I love the people I work with. I love the environment. I feel very lucky. So I want to put y'all on again. As I was going through the interview process and even after, I was so nervous. Like, there was so much that I didn't know. I think that I was gonna be qualified enough to have the job. Some things worked, some things didn't work. I'm gonna show y'all what to do and what not to do during your interview process, regardless. I had 4 interviews. It was just crazy, you know, you deal with so many different personalities. A lot of people have different standards, you know? So you may get along with one person in the interview and it can go really great, and then the next person you may not, you know, have as good of a connection with. On my 3rd interview, which was a group interview, it was me and one other person, and the interviewer, I don't know if that's, like I said that right, it was just me and one other person. The guy who I was kind of like competing with, he was in tech for years, so he had a lot of experience in music, computers, how to work them, how to fix them, how to do all of this. And then there's me, who had one other job before, completely in a different field, no other experience, and just school. What is gonna push them to choose me over him if he has all of this experience? I didn't have any tech experience ever, except for the stuff that I use on a daily basis. Basically, in this whole interview, we're like competing, you know? He has the skills, and me, I have my personality. My 4th interview was with the store manager. That one I was very nervous about. It was also really inspiring for me because our store manager is a woman that looks like me, which is just really motivating. Once I saw her in my interview, I was like, wow, she's over all of these people in the whole store and she looks like me. Still to this day, like every time I go into work and see her, I'm like, wow, this lady is over all of these people. She's a brown woman, just like me. That being said, I have a list of things on my phone that I am going to share with you guys. Just some things I went through in my interview and the whole hiring process that I think might help you if you're trying to get a job, if you're planning on getting a job, if you know someone who's getting a job, you can share this video with them. Applying for a job is not easy. You're putting in applications, you're trying to study the company, all this stuff, you're trying to get hired, and sometimes you may feel like you don't know what to do, which is how I felt. So going to my list on how to kill a job interview. I don't have a set number, I just kind of have like a list of things that I'm gonna go through. So number 1, I put this on the top of the list because this is what I feel like helped me, especially being up against somebody who has a lot of experience. Be personable. I say this because it's really hard to teach personality. I'm dealing with customers, I'm dealing with people. They're like the front face of the company. Skills can be taught. They can teach you how to work the machine, to do this and do that. But like having personality, having people's best interest at heart, being able to converse with people, that's really hard to teach. So if somebody automatically has that, it's gonna be great for the employer, especially because you're also gonna be working with other people. Like where I work, there's like it's over 100 people in this one building at any given time. All my coworkers I have to deal with on a daily basis. We share a break room. We reach out on a daily basis when we need help with the customer. So being personable, just being someone who's friendly, genuinely has the customer's best interest at heart. Employers can read that, and I feel like that's really important to them because you want to hire somebody that you're going to trust. Just know that they're going to do the right thing. That was just most important to me. Be personable. Not everybody's super extroverted, and that's not really what I mean by be personable, but like more so be genuine. Know that if you're applying for a job, you're going to be going there every day, so try to make the best out of it. Try to not have issues with people when you're going into work. Just try to be that person, and when you apply for a job and you're that type of person, they're going to feel that, and they're going to know like, okay, like this is going to be somebody that I can ask for help one day, or I may need to pull them aside and have them help me with the customer. Someone who's personable, flexible, and genuine, I think is really important. Number 2, I have be teachable. Kind of the downfall on a lot of people, especially when they're applying to like tech companies or like big name brands, whatever. They try to come in with all of the information that they've ever been taught and all that they can do. And sometimes what I've learned is to managers that can kind of be intimidating, just for the fact that sometimes it comes off as overqualified. Depending on what position you're applying for. If you're qualified for all of this and you can do all this, why are you just applying for this position? Why aren't you applying for a manager? You don't want to make it seem like you might be someone they'll have problems with in the future. And I think that's what happened in my interview with the other guy. He didn't get hired, at least at our location, so that kind of tells me something. You want to be qualified for the position you're applying for. So tell them what they need to know. If you have skill in this, and this, and you're applying for retail, tell them enough that will qualify you for the position. Also, it's really important to be teachable, just because it's really hard to work with somebody who thinks that they know it all, because it could be a really important time where you need to pay attention and listen and just take direction. And if you're trying to prove that you know this and this and that and that, it's like nobody wants to work with somebody who's so difficult to be around all the time. Be open to learning. You're gonna make mistakes. You're not always gonna be right. And giving off that energy in an interview that like, yeah, I'm still always willing to learn. This is what I know, but like I'm open to learning. I may be wrong at this. It shows that you're human, you're realistic, you're not gonna be consistently challenging them. Of course, like have a voice and stand up for yourself, but employers don't really wanna hire somebody who's gonna be always challenging them and giving them problems, because at the end of the day, you work under them. Number 3 I have, this is gonna be probably on all of my lists because it's so important and I feel like it affects everything you do in life, but be confident. Go into an interview with confidence. Confidence doesn't mean like you have to be the person who's talking the most, you know, being extra, but when it is your turn and you take the floor, you take the floor. Like, you take the floor. You make sure that you're well practiced, you know what you're talking about. I still have trouble using a lot of filler words like and yeah, I'm still working on it too. But when you're able to just say what you're trying to say, get the point across clearly, project, it shows that you know what you're talking about. You don't have anything to hide or hold back. That really should be number 1 on my list, because confidence, y'all, confidence will get you through any door you need to. It's just something you got to learn, but it really helps to have that confidence in anything you do in life. Okay, next on my list is always be prepared. So what I did to prepare for my interview is I went on the website, I looked at all the products that we sell, and all the little variations, what we offer, what services we offer, what our hours would look like, what other people who already work there do and how they act, and not like copying their behavior, but just taking note of like the personality traits that are valued there. I watched a whole bunch of YouTube videos. Before I do anything major in life, I watch a lot of YouTube videos. Kind of helps me research a little bit. Just make sure you get educated in the company before you get there, because they will ask you questions in like 3 interviews what my favorite product was and why. You know, if I wasn't prepared and I didn't have a favorite product, I would have kind of stumbled. But me being prepared to answer that question shows. So she's familiar with our brand, she's familiar with our products, plus me being able to explain why it's my favorite product shows them that, okay, she's gonna be able to sell this to a customer. A lot of the time in interviews, they will ask questions like that. My biggest tip is be prepared with like some basic answers that you can kind of tweak depending on what the question is. In a lot of interviews, you may get asked like, what's a scenario that you had to deal with a upset customer? Make sure you come into the interview prepared with the scenario that you would already want to talk about, so that it doesn't catch you off guard. Boom, it comes straight to your mind. And you can always tweak it depending on what the question is. Just make sure you kind of have those basic responses, and then you can always add or take off to it, whatever. For the most part, I was able to do that in my interview. You're not going to be prepared for everything. It helps to kind of have like a good experience you've had with a customer, a bad experience, a product that you like, why you want to work there, your weaknesses, your strengths. Go through some templates and look at interview questions, and that'll really help you as well. To finish it of my video. The last thing on my list is have hobbies or things that you do outside of work, because this question threw me off. When they asked me what I like to do outside of work or what hobbies I did, I was like, all I do is school and sleep and probably TikTok and YouTube. It did kind of throw me off, so now I definitely have some hobbies that I can say that I do or things that I like to do. I think that question just kind of helps the employer kind of understand what kind of person you are or see if you're going to be too busy to work there, whatever. So you don't want to say like you have a whole list of things to do, like you're not available. But I think it is helpful to kind of have some outside of work hobbies to show that you have some things you like to do. That was just something that caught me off guard. So yes, take note of that. Y'all see this? It is 3:50 and I have to be at work at 4. I'm tripping. So that being said, y'all, thanks for watching my video. I hope it helps somebody, because that's my goal. Like when I make YouTube videos, I just love talking to people. I love sharing the knowledge that I have. So if it helped any of y'all, give it a thumbs up, sprinkle a little comment in the comment section, you know, saying what's up, and I'm gonna respond. I could save this video, you could share with your friend, whatever, because this is like knowledge that some people may know, some people may also not know. So, you know. I love y'all and I will see you in the next video.